Yaakov Avinu in this week's parasha is about to leave the world. And before he does this, he takes Yosef HaTzadik to the side and he says, V'asisa imodi chesed ve'emes, do me a huge favor, a big chesed. Don't bury me in Mitzrayim. Rashi explains on the words chesed ve'emes. What does it mean? It means when you do chesed with people that have left the world, with Mesim, you don't expect to get rewarded. It's pure chesed. And that's the chesed that Yosef HaTzadik was instructed to do. And the question you can ask when you learn this is, hold on a minute, Yaakov Avinu clearly said that there will be a reward, and Yosef would get rewarded for this act. So what does it mean that he was doing a chesed ve'emes? So perhaps the following story can shed some light on that. This story took place upstate New York a number of years ago in the freezing cold in the middle of the winter. There was a salesman and he was going from store to store, from factory to factory to try and sell his wares. And then he realized time was getting late and the snow was coming down as heavy as could be. Where's he going to sleep tonight? So before it got too bad for him to go anywhere, he quickly went to the local hotel. They were full. He tried every motel in the area. They were full. He didn't know what to do. He couldn't just sleep in his car. That wouldn't be an option. It was too cold for that. So he decided he's going to go to a nursing home. Maybe they have space. They're not a hotel, but maybe perhaps for some money, he'll be able to get a bed. He walks into the nursing home, says, I'm terribly sorry to bother you, but I need a place to stay. And I've tried everywhere. Everyone's full. And the nursing home manager said, I'm so sorry, we don't do that over here. This is not a hotel. This is for elderly people. This is for people that need help. We can't just take people in. And he begged him. He said, listen, it's too late for me to go anywhere else. It's freezing cold. It's snowing outside. I don't know why I left it so late, but I did. Please, I'm begging of you, give me somewhere to sleep. The manager's heart went out for him. And the manager said, you know something? I don't have a bed for you. I have a couch in the back of my office. Sleep there for the night. He was so happy. Thank you so much. He took his bags and he went to rest for the night on the couch in the manager's office. The next morning he wakes up. The manager says, I hope you managed to get some sleep. He said, sure I did. I'd like to pay you. The manager said, no. This wasn't for money. I just wanted to help you. I felt bad for you. So the man said, listen, I'm Jewish and we very much are big believers of showing our gratitude. I need to pay you. So the manager said, you're Jewish? That's amazing. There's a woman who was in this nursing home, Mrs. Goldberg. She passed away a few days ago. I didn't have any family members. There were no contact members, nothing. I didn't know what to do. I was going to have her cremated. And then I checked the records, that the records clearly said that when she leaves this world, she wants to be buried in a Jewish cemetery. I don't know any Jewish cemeteries. I don't even know any Jewish people. But you're here, you're Jewish, please take her for me and bury her. The man couldn't believe it. Look at this Hashgacha Pratis. The snowstorm was for a purpose of burying a Jewish woman. He said, sure. They took a coffin, they put her inside, and he put her in the back of his truck. He starts to go to some of the Jewish cemeteries that he knows. And each one says, I'm terribly sorry, but we have no space, everything's paid for, we cannot help you. And he goes from one to the other until he reaches one that says, interestingly enough, we have a section specifically for Mesa Mitzvah. For people that have no relatives to bury them, no one to pay for them, we have a section specifically for them. He was overjoyed. He's going to perform the mitzvah of burying a woman. And they asked for the name and the contact details and the various information. He gave the piece of paper that he got from the nursing home. The person in the cemetery almost fainted. He couldn't believe it. For a few minutes he couldn't get his breath. So the man said, what happened? What's going on? What did I do wrong? And he said, absolutely nothing. But when I saw the name, I couldn't believe it. 30 years ago, this woman, Mrs. Goldberg, walked into the cemetery and she walked in with $10,000. And she said, I know it's not enough to cover too much, but I'd like to pay for as many spaces as I can in order for Meis Mitzvah, people that have no relatives to bury them, that they should have a Jewish burial. And this woman is the one that's being buried in that exact section. When we do chesed, we don't do it for the reward in mind. We do it because that's what a Yid does. Yosef HaTzadik took Yaakov out of Mitzrayim, not because of the reward he was promised, but rather because he was a Yid, and a Yid always does chesed. Have a wonderful Shabbos.
To listen to more by Rabbi Avi Wiesenfeld, visit